Hello, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mia.
Today I have a very special guest, my friend Chert. Maybe you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, didn't think about that question though. No,
That was not in the briefing.
no, that was not in the briefing. No, I'm Cheert, living in Rotterdam. Yeah, been collecting music for maybe 10, 11 years now. It's kind of also where our shared interest is, I think. Also the reason I'm probably here. And we know each other from, yeah, how to say, like a mutual family.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, yeah, that's true. So, what actually got you into the whole record world and collecting records?
Yeah, it's kind of um, yeah. I think it's just always the interest itself in music. So in high school, I already like all the Dutch house really bad. I downloaded it from all the forums and that kind of stuff. And I really like music, but I always like hold back on maybe collecting or buying records because I always felt like yeah, other people are way better at it or they're way further. I'm never gonna like surpass them, but in the end, you understand that's not the case. And then you have a lot of friends, in my case, that also collected records and starting collecting records and sharing these moments with each other. Mainly got me into also buying my own stuff. Why I bought my first record, we probably get into.
Mm-hmm.
So I saved that story for later. But that's kind of how I got into it. It's like an interest that lingered for a long time.
And did you start in record shops or online or?
For me, it was first going to let's say the Clone website or Rush Hour website, like the big ones everybody knows about, and starting to yeah go through their yeah how to say like their offerings, and that's also kind of how I found my first record, and that progressed in a whole different way of like searching for music.
Nice. Uh, let's maybe just get into the first record. So what's the first one you, is that really the first one you ever bought?
Yeah,
Or,
I
yeah,
still have
okay.
it.
Nice.
Yeah. It's this one. It's a record from Rosette, if I say correctly. It's called Zuti. Um, it's on the Trilogy tapes. I got to know of it mainly because of a skateboard video. Palace Skateboards put it in one of their videos back in the days
Mm-hmm.
when I was yeah watching skateboard videos because I liked it. And yeah, the main reason why I actually bought my first record because together with a group of friends of mine, they organized. Yeah, now it's maybe a bit dubious to say it like this, but it was Sinterklaas and Zwarte Plaat.
Mm-hmm.
And Sinterklaas came from the synthesizer, of course, and the black plate from just the record itself.
Okay.
But I didn't want anybody else to give me my first record. I wanted to buy my first one myself, so I really spent time buying a first one, which is kind of funny how it started. And still, I think it's one of the most beautiful, yeah, looking records I have.
Yes, it looks
It's
really
screen
nice.
printed with a beautiful, I think, a beautiful, yeah, hand drawn. What is it? Yeah, picture
Artwork.
artwork from a Japanese guy. I looked it up. Somebody on Discogs posted a link to whatever it is, and it's coming from 1788.
Wow.
And it's a beautiful thing. And there's a big stamp on the front, and everything just is like super nice. And there's actually two tracks on them. I'm gonna play the ambient side
Mm-hmm.
because I think it fits me a bit better. But I always need to really be sure which one it is. Doesn't matter so much. Let me check it.
Mm-hmm.
Possible.
We found it, I think.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. just saying is so sophisticated for a first record, I think, but really, really nice. Yeah, really amazing. Maybe we can just move on to the next one instantly, which would be kind of the opposite in terms of when you bought it, meaning the latest one you bought. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, technically it's not the latest one I bought.
Okay.
It's kind of the latest one I got back home, like via the post, or the how do you want to call it? Some are still needing to arrive. But it's a Joe Montana record on Slush Recordings. I think it's from 2005, but Joe Montana, I never heard about the guy. Kind of bumped into this track on YouTube. Bought it through this English seller, which I normally always like check online if Discogs has it, or like Music Stack or other sellers, and always try to find like a cheap deal. And this one was affordable, and it's very good. So,
Nice. And do you think from, let's say, the start of really digging, looking for records up until now being 11 years, like what changed in the way how you make the decision to buy the records?
I think my attitude towards like buying music is more in the sense that I know what I want, and I also can say no, because I noticed it was a long time in buying records that if a friend or like somebody proposed or said like you should buy this or you should check it out, they kind of almost instantly could buy it. But now I'm a bit more strict on what I want to buy.
And that's then very much related to the sound, or
yeah, I think you come a little bit closer to what you like, and also you decide kind of I don't want this in my collection, although it's a good music.
okay.
So, like, of course, there's, I think, in good music is good music, I always say, and it always comes from, what you like personally, and this is kind of what I try to focus on now. When I buy music, that it's something I want to listen to multiple times, that I think is interesting over time, and it's something I want to play out.
Yeah, so maybe like a bit like if you compare it to a wardrobe, you're curating is more like timeless pieces rather than trends or something.
Yeah, of course I go along with the trends because this is also trend sensitive, I would say, because you notice everybody's moving from the 90s over the 2000 into 2000, I don't know, the 2000 to 2008, call it like that. This is also coming from 2005, which was something maybe 4 or 5 years ago I wouldn't even consider digging into.
Okay.
So, of course, I'm also prone in a sense to
but then maybe the timeless piece within the trend or something like that, or just the one that's for you that fits. Yeah.
But also nowadays with Discogs, everything becomes so expensive. So it's a bit difficult to keep up. Everybody is.
But maybe it forces you also then to just really make the decisions where you really want it, like for the ones you really want. Okay, and let's go for it.
Also here I need to double check a tiny bit which one I want to play.
That's okay. Let's go. was super nice. We were just talking about how um, the collection of yours is kind of like a snake that keeps on evolving and shedding itself, and then growing, and then there's stuff moving out, and a new body is forming in a way, which I actually think is a really cool picture. I was instantly thinking that I mean, my collection is not nearly as big as yours, but I would have so much trouble with this of letting go.
Yeah, no, but it's because you buy new stuff. There's new stuff to listen to. So
Yeah.
it also gives a lot of new stuff, and yeah, some stuff you really don't want to let go. You don't sell.
Yeah, that's true.
So
That's
it's
true.
kind
But
of a
I think it would even be like I don't even want to sell the stuff that I.
no, but it's yeah, maybe it's the amount of records I have
Yeah.
that it's also logical to maybe sell stuff. Otherwise, like there's no space left.
Do you think you will at one point live in a house like buried in your own?
No.
That's good.
Because I also made the decision, or not the decision, but we agreed to me and my girlfriend to not like to keep it within the closet, which is already a little bit hard at the moment because it's like slowly progressing into two extra crates, whatever. But selling records is I think part of the deal for me because
Okay.
it's also giving me some funding in order to buy new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's a way to maybe finance my addiction, if you want to call it like this, a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's a. I mean, it's.
It's a fix.
That's the fix exactly. Okay, cool. The next record I asked you to bring was one that makes you sentimental, um, or that you connect a certain feeling with. Which what did you bring?
I brought this record from the hunting party. Um, I'm not. Yeah, probably also on YouTube. I bumped into it. It's from this Australian band. I looked up the members, but I couldn't find any information on them.
Mm-hmm.
Which was funny to find out is like it's been used in this show Heartbreak High. Apparently, in this specific scene where this lady put her hands in buckets of paint and paints some walls, so everybody remembers this song because of this, I don't know, high school TV show from Australia.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it has of course a different meaning. It's kind of in the beginning when I met my girlfriend that I listened to these 3 tracks on one side of the record every morning almost, and it just, I don't know, gave me just this good vibe of just starting a day, and also reminded me of like just, I don't know, take it positive in a sense and just see where it will go. And there's a beautiful line in the first track that you will hear that kind of reminded me of yeah, just going for it.
That's super nice. That's really sweet.
Thank
I
you.
can't wait to hear it.
And I wanted to say there is a bit of crackle in the beginning, so bear with me, but it's fine.
Yeah, that's the charm, right? enjoyed that
Me too.
a lot. So twice as good as the last time.
Yeah.
That's
Kind of reminded me of see it in a very, very positive way.
yeah, that's really nice. That's really nice. And you were just saying also that, or talking a bit more about that, because well, I asked you if you have more of this, yeah, acoustic um, stuff in your collection because I actually didn't know. Um, but that's because you bought the records firstly just to listen to them.
Yeah, I find it like I said to you also, it's like it's almost this imposter syndrome that you don't want to like buy music to become a DJ because I thought I was not belonging there so much. And I bought a lot of music just to listen to at home. That was kind of my base layer of to say,
Yeah.
okay, I want to listen to it. I want to listen to it multiple times, like I said. And that kind of slowly progressed into like all different types of music, and also like of course more like club electronic music,
Yeah.
also because of friends. And yeah, so I would say a lot of my music also is at least half is probably triple down tempo and ambient music.
Yeah, really, really, really nice. Really enjoyed it. And yeah, I find it interesting actually. If or I would like to know sort of when like what the main motivation is for people usually. I think there's it's maybe yeah, there is of course a lot of people who buy them to listen to at home, but I do think also a lot of times the main motivation is to play, which both are completely valid.
Now, my motivation to play came a little bit later. At a certain point, you collected enough music. Because I also noticed in buying music, in the beginning, you buy so much, not sincerely shit music, but music you just buy because you want to buy them to get like a certain base of amount of records to actually try out playing at home. But at a certain point, you just want to, instead of playing for yourself, you want to let it, play
Be
for,
heard also.
be heard for
And
other people. Yeah, 100%.
So you had a party 2 weeks ago, right? Or you were playing?
Yeah, I think it was not last Friday, but the week before.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also, I organized it with two other friends of mine in Rotterdam. And it also came from the urge to play for music, for people again. So that is kind of how we got in contact with Wouter, who runs Timeless New Space. And yeah, we just booked a night there and we programmed it. It was really nice. It was super busy, super successful, and it was really nice to play out. So yeah, very happy about it.
Is there gonna be a next one?
There is gonna be a next one, but we still need to arrange and get the dates, and but it's probably somewhere next year.
Nice.
No hurries.
Okay, cool. Okay, for the next record, a record that changed the way you think about music.
Yeah, I found this one like super difficult because I think it's not prone to one record per se. Sure. It's like this whole process of like having friends sharing their opinion about music. Willing to take that opinion by heart, and also I don't know. It's like listening to sets, how people put music together. So there's this whole process behind it. But I think this is one of the records. I will pick it out. Yeah, it's called Mo Funk, and the record is called Weird.
Nice.
And what to say about it? It's kind of changed my way of looking at music in the sense that it was a bit rougher and a bit darker than I was used to, because I at a certain point I bought a lot of like Dutch progressive and Dutch house music from the 90s, which just goes from one side to the other, and it's completely crazy from time to time, and this was more continuous, and it was leaning a bit more into the groove of the track itself.
Mm-hmm.
The one I'm gonna play is I think it's called Time Domain, on the D side.
So it was one record that kind of opened a bit the genre. You were more...
Yeah, also the way, I would say it kind of changed, not sincerely changed, but also opened my love for this type of music. I would say it's like a game changer, whatever you want to call it. It's like something, how to say, yeah, it's like something that opened my eyes into a different direction. And I think there's a couple of like pinpoint records in that sense. I try to also take another one with me that changed the way I search and look for music, maybe.
We can do both,
Yeah.
for sure. Let's start with this one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Nice. is one of those that like gets, I don't know, you can't stop talking when like you I don't know. I don't know. I think I said it also in the last show with Gijs, or where you just start to think about stuff, and then you after 2 minutes or 5 minutes, you like the music is there, but you don't realize that it's actually driving your conversation or the mood or
Yeah.
something. It's super nice. Let's do the other one that you brought that changed the way you
Yeah, it's
think
also
about
something I
music.
bumped into, I think, via Discogs comment, and then you can click on every link on Discogs, and then you go into the different things he commented on, and so.
So wait, what was the comment? What do you
Yeah,
mean? He was
it was
comment.
just yeah, it's just another way of like finding music. It's like if you find a record and somebody commented on it and you like the record, for instance,
Mhm.
then you can check which other records he commented on.
Okay.
And for instance, DJ Python back in the days also commented on a lot of records.
Mhm.
So you could find like his comments. So also
You know, you knew.
you kind of track down the music he likes, and then you can check that out. And it's kind of a way of pre-selecting what to listen to, and
Mhm.
it kind of branches out the way you search for music. And kind of similar in that sense, I found this one. I think it's from a UK label called Process. I really like it. It's more down tempo, more instrumental.
Mhm.
It also comes with like a hand drawn little what is it, cartoon from one of I think the owners of the label.
Cute.
Yeah, it's super funny. It's like a collectible thing. Yeah, and it's for me it's super weird music, but it's beautiful. And it also caused me to willing to buy like almost every record on the label. So that means for me at least it's hitting home.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's play one of the tracks.
Yes, please.
Oh, by the way, it's called Mare Nubian.
The track, you mean?
The track, and I think the artist. It's called Mare Nubian. It's the only record I can find from this guy. So
Shout out.
yeah, shout out to whoever you are. Yeah.
Okay,
So
nice.
let's do it.
Yes, please. write this?
Yeah, there's for me there's like this weird emotion in the composition or like the sounds of the tracks, which makes it super interesting to me.
Yeah, uh, it's a bit. It's not. It's emotional, but it's not necessarily sad or something.
No, no,
Like
no.
it's a bit maybe nostalgic in a good way, but also
Yeah.
somewhat uplifting.
Yeah, for me, I think this is also something I really look for in records is that it kind of, yeah, it evokes certain emotions, not only like happy times, but also all the other emotions that are there.
For sure. Um, Moving on to the next one, which is a record you think everyone should listen to once. And I'm so curious what
Yeah,
this one is.
this is also something I bumped into because of a good friend of mine. He recommended it in a way, like he showed me this record. It's Another Fine Day, Life Before Lent. It's an ambient album. I really, really recommend everyone to listen from the start to finish. The track I want to play out is Ammonite Spiral. On the back, it tells you, or it says actually, let me check. So the water drumming on this track is a sample from the Baka Forest people of Cameroon.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's say I really, really listened to it so many times that it maybe becomes almost boring to me in a good way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would really, really recommend everybody to listen to Another Fine Day, Life Before Lent. And shout out Otmar for showing me this record.
Nice. Let's do it.
it goes on a little bit longer, but like I said, go check out the whole record and find out for yourself.
I'm gonna do it for sure.
Thank you.
I'm done here.
Yeah. I reach one person. That's enough.
Exactly. No, but as you said, to work to, I think is perfect.
Yeah.
Nice concentration, but soothing music. So for the next one, the most difficult question of them all.
100%.
Yeah?
Yeah, for me, and also in the context of having a record collection, is one of the most difficult questions to answer.
Of almost 2,000 records.
Yeah.
Probably a difficult question, I can imagine, but still that makes it also a little bit fun. The question is to bring a record that describes your personality. What did you bring?
Yeah, the thing, like you think about the concept of like me as a record or me as a song, what should it represent? And I think it's like a calming song to begin with. It kind of radiates calmness, but there is like a certain depth to it. And then I started like looking for records, and also discussing this with my girlfriend. It's like, do you think this fits better or this one? And then we kind of searched for this record, and I put on a couple tracks, probably 4 or 5 in a row, and it was not really fitting. And then, yeah, I just...
So she said she thinks it's not really
Yeah,
fitting,
but
or you
no, both.
both
Like,
were
for me,
like, okay, this
was
is not
kind
it.
of,
Yeah.
I'm selecting,
Yeah.
or pre-selecting maybe, the first like wave of tracks maybe fitting for my personality, which is always like not 100% fitting. But then at a certain point, the backside of this record was playing, and the cat was sitting on me, so I could not really turn the record around, so she did. And then out of the blue, this record, the track that came on, is actually on a CD we listened to a lot of times. And I actually forgot, or maybe did not even know, that I had it on vinyl.
Wow.
So it's
that
actually...
was perfect.
Yeah, it's actually one of the 2 tracks from that CD that actually ever pressed on vinyl.
Wow.
So I was totally oblivious about it. So it's on the space between the gaps. It's on this label Incoming, which I think is really, really cool. Go check it out. It's a German label. A lot of down-tempo trip-hop stuff. And the track we're going to play is Piccadilly with Poetry. And come back, like, I think there's a dubby, chill radiance to the track itself without becoming too boring, and stays interesting over time. So
I think
let's
it's yeah, let's try it. But I want to say, I think it's such a nice thing actually. Maybe to do this with someone else, like you pre-select things, and then a person that knows you very well can say like, yeah,
but
it's a fun.
It's a fun
evening activity, maybe
100%.
you know.
But it's super hard to find this specific record that really encapsulates your personality. But this comes closest from the search I did.
Nice. Let's go.
Poetry. That is good. Beautiful shot by Sherry and Raymond. adali ga saraki ga saraki adali ga saraki ga saraki ga saraki adali ga saraki ga saraki adali ga saraki ga saraki adali ga saraki ga saraki sadauki ga saraki adalin sarki adalin sadauki adali ga saraki
I think it suits you well.
Thank you.
I really like it also. It's a very nice record. Okay, let's say you're curating a party.
Yes.
What's the lineup? Tell me.
What's the lineup? Yeah, I know this question was coming up front, so I thought a little bit about it. I put all artists on there which I actually want to see,
Yeah.
which I never saw myself.
Okay, interesting.
So
Oh wow, wait, okay, that's an interesting approach because I would say usually people would put artists that they
yeah, but
love the like, but I really like that. Okay.
Wait.
Yeah.
oh, good. No, but like for me, a reason to go to a party is also to see a DJ.
Yeah.
And this would for me be the reason to go to a party
Mm-hmm.
because there's multiple DJs on there which I really want to see but never saw. And the one I really wanted to see and still haven't been able to is Melina Cesaire. I think she's more of like this down tempo going into psychedelic kind of trippy house music. I really like her music and her music taste. But I never saw her play live in a DJ set, so she would be on the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
There's this this other lady, if I can call her a lady, whatever, female DJ, Super Venus,
Mm-hmm.
which I also really want to see play somewhere in the Netherlands, maybe on my party. And the other one is Cal Tool. And I think they also, I don't know, they embrace a little bit what I search for in music, what I like about music. The music taste resonates really clearly with what I like. So those three would be in there. Apart from that, I think your previous guest, Gijs, also said it, Jane Fitz.
Mm-hmm.
but that's an extra for me. The same as design, which is a really big inspiration. Yeah, if it's those three, I would come. If those five were there, I probably would book my Monday off. I don't know.
Camp in France.
Yeah, no. But,
No, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Okay, you want to do the rapid fire?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. Favorite club?
Yeah, the favorite club for me, going back to Rotterdam, is Time is New Space. We don't have a lot, but for me, this place is bringing a lot of people together. So shout out to Time is New Space.
Nice. Favorite festival you've ever been to?
It would be either Nacht Digitaal or Draaimolen.
Nice. Most memorable DJ set?
Yeah, I also wrote down a couple. For me, it was Design, I think, playing in Rotterdam at the Submit party. The other one is Konduku closing the school. And
With Jane Fitz?
no, he played by himself.
Oh, did he play by himself?
Yeah, he was the sole closer of the school.
Oh yeah, maybe Jane
played-
Fitz
he
was
played at
playing at
Draaimolen.
that night as well, because I do remember that party, I think.
No, I'm 100% sure he played with Jane Fitz, closing set at Draaimolen. But another set from Draaimolen, to conclude this question, was Vlader with Lena Willekens at the year after. I think they played like a super sick set.
Nice. Yeah, DJ set you always go back to listening.
Yeah, for me would be the down tempo, chill, trip hop type of sets. So anything Melina Cesare on SoundCloud, or what was the other female name? Yeah, maybe I can't.
No, it's okay. Artist you discovered lately?
Yeah, for me it's this deep, bassy, progressive house from the US, and it's this guy called Chonga. He plays on he also made music on an alias called Jazz, a little bit more well known. But yeah, that's what I found lately, and
Nice.
it's from the 90s somewhere. So
Cool. Best record shop?
for me, 100% is Offbeat Records in Rotterdam.
Nice, next to...
Yeah, they slightly moved away from my house. Now I have to walk double the time, but it's still 2
Now you
minutes.
have to walk 2 minutes
Yeah,
instead of
yeah.
one.
No, it's like
Nice.
It's really nice how they do it. They really on top of it and buying new records all the time and filling the shop with new stuff. So it's always a pleasure to go.
Awesome. Most amount of money you ever spent on a record?
Yeah, that's a tough one. It's 70 euros in a record shop in Rotterdam where I found a record, which is a pretty obscure record, and it's a good deal. It's on Flotation Device. It's a really, really cool record.
So, and you still have it or you sold it?
No, I still have it.
Okay.
Yeah, but then for me, buying records is also a little bit like an investment. So it was a
Yeah.
good deal in comparison to what I should
Pay for
yeah
it.
should have paid for it online. It's I don't know, it's half the price.
And is
probably.
there a record where you would spend where there would be no limit or
No,
a very high limit that you would?
For me also, like, it's a bit contradictory to what I just said, but for me the highest price I would actually wanted to pay for a record is 50 euros.
Mm-hmm.
But this was an exception
Yeah.
because you find it in real life. It's pretty rare, so yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's those factors that come into play.
Nice. Would you like to show us something else that you brought? Because I think we should have time maybe for 1 or 2 more records. And I would love to listen to some more music for sure.
Yeah, we can go into the Chonka.
Yeah, let's do it.
It's on Mechanisms. There's an original mix and a Sleep Freak mix. I bought out of necessity the white label because it was affordable. And I'm gonna play the Sleep Freak mix. We don't have to listen to the whole track because I think it's like 8 or 9 minutes long. So let's just bump into somewhere.
Yeah. welcome back. This is very nice. You said that this was also a bit more in the direction of what you played at the party, right?
Yeah, this is kind of what occupies my interest, so to say, lately. So yeah.
Very danceable, definitely. Super nice. Well, we arrived at the last record for tonight, which is very sad. But
We need to conclude.
we need to conclude. What's gonna be the last record?
Yeah, it's kind of it's not going to be the best record ever. It's just a really nice track. I like.
That's up for discussion, you know.
Yeah, 100%. But this is kind of what I like about music. Is like I couldn't find any clips or things of this record online, which for me also adds to the magic of collecting records, because it's just little pieces, little relics that belong to me in this time frame, and it's super interesting that you have music that you can play for other people that they never heard before, and this is super interesting. And
Yeah, and then also, like going back to the person that made it, that was sitting somewhere
also
trying to express something. Now it's in your hands, and that, like
100%,
that, yeah.
that's what I like about this whole tangible thing about records. Maybe also nice to conclude on that part. It's like, Spotify for me doesn't work at all. It's really the last resort. I wouldn't pay them any amount of money to have an account, but sometimes there's music there, and they're the only sole provider of being able to listen to that music. But yeah, there's so much, let's say, unfound music, which is still super good and still very enjoyable, which also for me keeps this whole hobby, or like, let's say, addiction alive. So this is one of the tracks which I think is not to be found online, so just enjoy it.
Amazing. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Mia, for inviting me and
Yeah.
having a nice time.
Yeah, me too. And enjoy the last track.
Oh, by the way, it's from Basque, Bask, and it's called Funky Buddha Dub.
Amazing. Let's do it. Yeah, have a nice evening. Bye.
Every time I think I'm gonna wake up back in the jungle. Every time I think I'm gonna wake up back in the jungle. Every time I think I'm gonna wake up back in the jungle. Every time I think I'm gonna wake up back in the jungle. Every time I think I'm gonna wake up back in the jungle. Every time, 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 every time. Every time I think about wake up back in the jungle. Every time I think about wake up back in the jungle. Every time I think about wake up back in the jungle. Every time I think about wake up back in the jungle. Every time I think I'm gonna wake up back in the jungle.
Bye. Thank you.